Systemic racism and police brutality are commonly cited as two of the biggest issues that makes being black in America hard. However, the real issue why blacks generally struggle in America is rarely ever talked about. Conveniently, it is swept under the rug because calling it out would require that we as black people stop playing the victim and actually take responsibility for our actions. I'm Javon Harris of Seek, and in this video, I'm going to use the film Charm City Kings to highlight the #1 issue plaguing Black Americans today.
You new to Baltimore. You gotta go to the ride.
The ride?
You don't know nothing, do you? The ride. Every Sunday.
Charm City Kings, released in 2020, features a story about a 14-year-old boy who goes by the name Mouse. Mouse wants to be a part of a dirt bike crew known as the Midnight Clique, which is based off of the real-life crew, the 12 O'Clock Boys of Baltimore. Like many black boys growing up in America, Mouse is incredibly talented and smart and wants to become a veterinarian.
My baby gonna be a veterinarian. You did that, boo.
He works at the local pet hospital where he receives hands-on training and preparation for a successful career. However, because of his desire to be a member of the Midnight Clique, he's torn between two paths. One that could potentially lead him to a successful and prosperous career as a vet, and the other to a life of crime and violence. Like over 55% of all black boys in America today, Mouse's dad is missing in action. He's never even mentioned throughout the film. So Mouse's mom is a single mother of 2 and has to work long hours to accommodate her household as a single parent.
I'm gonna be home late. I got school tonight. Make sure Shay is in bed by 8.
Such is the reality for millions of black families across America, and increasingly around the world. Which brings me to the point of this video. The #1 problem plaguing Black Americans today are negative mindsets. Lack, scarcity, and victimization mindsets, for example, largely fuel the struggles that keeps many Black Americans locked down and locked out.
My dad was a hood nigga, you know, the oil shop on Southfield, he robbed it and got killed, and his best friend worked there.
This is a whole lot of money out here. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole lot of money, y'all. In a bad situation, you know what I'm saying? You need to get out of situation, can get you some money. It's a whole lot of good money out here.
Stay dangerous. You can't stay safe, because safes get cracked. You gotta stay dangerous. That's all it is. That's all it's about.
Collectively, we refer to this as slave mentality. And here's how it works. Because mom is a single parent, she struggles to pay the bills. This causes her to stress, which strains both her physical and mental health. The children see this struggle, which begins to program their mindset to think lack and scarcity. In the case of a boy, he somehow feels as though he's responsible for this lack and therefore has to do something to help mom pay the bills. So when she goes to work, he hits the streets and gets caught up in illegal activity such as drug dealing. Mom finds out and, in her anger, kicks the boy out of the house because, according to her, you think you grown. But again, he only chose to do what he did to help her because he felt responsible. So now an already broken family becomes even more broken, leaving the boy to the mercy of the streets where one thing leads to another, typically either death or prison. If we don't change our mindset as a people, we will never escape this nightmarish cycle. We can never expect to progress as a community of color if we never take the time to get our minds in order so that we can get our house in order. Will Smith is one of the executive producers of Charm City Kings. And here's what he had to say about the Black struggle in America.
The problem isn't completely in the system. The problem is in the hearts and minds of people. It demands that our attention begin on our hearts and minds.
You see, it is about changing our mindset from victim to victor. We have to stop playing the victim and take back the power our great God has given us as the beautiful, creative, spiritual beings that we are.
Why am I so insistent upon giving out to them that blackness, that black power, that black pushing them to identify with black culture? I think that's what you're asking. I have no choice over it. In the first place, to me, we are the most beautiful creatures in the whole world, black people. I mean, and I mean that in every sense, outside and inside. And to me, we have a culture that is surpassed by no other civilization, but we don't know anything about it.
We have to change our mindset and reject lack and scarcity, believing that there's only so much to go around, which leads us to get ours any way that we can. We have to get ours even if it means keeping each other down. We have to get ours even if it means robbing or killing one another. But we have the audacity to scream Black Lives Matter, when in truth, Black lives only matter when it doesn't get in the way of us getting ours. We have to change our mindset and stop catering to these Democrats and liberals who pretend to be for us but are doing nothing but diabolically using us. We must change our mindset and start thinking for ourselves rather than just going along with what we're told. The Democratic Party that so many of us at one time or another was beholden to is the same party that defended slavery, started the Civil War, opposed Reconstruction, founded the Ku Klux Klan, imposed segregation, perpetuated lynchings, and fought against the Civil Rights Acts of the 1950s and the 1960s. But of course, nobody wants to talk about that. Being Black in America isn't hard because of the white man. It's hard because of the choices we make. It's hard because of the type of mindset we have. Yes, we have struggled historically. Yes, we may have been called out of our name a time or two. Yes, we may have been overlooked for a promotion. But in the grand scheme of things, if you're Black in America, you have more opportunities than any other person of color in the entire world. Think about that the next time you're tempted to complain about something. The answer to our struggle is simple. It starts with us. It starts with our mindset. Change your mindset, beloved, and you change your life. Until next time, I'm Javon Harris of Seek, and I pray that our great God and Savior blesses you and keeps you in all that you do for His glory. I love you. Peace.